Hello everyone, this is Maxjyork back at it again. Usually I just ramble off about other topics, but this time I bring to y'all a movie review. And the one I'm specifically talking about, just like almost with every single guy out there, I was on February 14th. I was just at home, just not doing anything. But I did come across My Bloody Valentine, which is a movie, and within the season, within the date, it made sense. I saw it. I do remember that like it did had Justin Ackles. Justin Ackles. Is it Ackles? I don't know. But yeah, it had a Soldier Boy in there, and I was like, I remember it had Soldier Boy in there, but I never seen it myself, and I came across it and I decided to watch it. Um, just a general review. I mean, it's all right. It's not necessarily something that it's more of like it's like you just turn it on in the background and that's about it. Just nothing else. Um, it's fine. It's okay or anything. And but what I will say, coming on into like my rating, I'll give it like a good old like I give it 6 out of 10. Uh, that's my general review. The overall review, it is gory in all sorts of sense and everything, and I do kind of like some of the kills here. Like I didn't really expect it to go as far as it did. I was kind of expecting a very schlocky, like uh safe kills, because like movies nowadays don't necessarily go far and beyond like how some of these movies do. I do like the practical effects that like it does come like what they do with the practical effects in this movie. Story wise, uh, it needed it needed a bit more work. It tries. Okay, so like the overall story is that in this town, I guess mining is very huge in this town, and in this one particular day there's one particular day, like the whole mine exploded and everything, and everyone thought it was an accident. One guy only made it out alive and he was in a coma. But a lot of people were suspecting that the dude ended up just killing a bunch of people, but they couldn't really tell because like I said, he's in a coma. But then he comes out of a coma in a couple years later, and then he goes on a killing spree. He kills a bunch of group these teenagers who was having a party at the mine. He goes back to it, starts killing a bunch of people, and Justin Nichols, he was there, his character was there, and a bunch of other characters, and the ones that survived. Uh, so it's like they all survived, no shot. um, can't have a movie if they all died. But yeah, it's like they all survived, and the person who went on a killing spree ended up getting shot at, getting killed later on. But then later on, 10 years later, he comes back again and started massacring the whole town. And then a lot of people are suspecting, it's like, oh, he's back, he's back. It's like, oh my God, he's back. Even though I don't know, I could be wrong. I could be wrong either, because like he did get shot at when he was going around the first killing spree. He did get shot at, but I'm kind of assuming that like, yeah, it's like, yes, like he got shot at. It's like he's not superhuman or anything. It's like he's probably dead. um I don't know. They were clear. They didn't do a whole good job of like who is like if the person lived or not. They did not do out of that. They kind of like brushed over it just so that they could go over and just to get onto the kills and everything, which understandable. Yes, you're watching this movie for the kills and stuff, but they try to make it a whole dramatic or anything. But like I said, like they rushed it to the point to they try to rush it to get to the glory kills, which they did not fully establish of like what was going on. So like this whole time I was like the dude's already dead, so it's already like it's not him. Even a lot of people go like, so oh, he might come back. He's probably back just to seek his revenge. And it's like, and I'm right there thinking, it's like, no, it's like he got shot at. The original killer, he got shot at. He's dead. But there's like they did a whole reveals of like, yeah, we killed him. So ain't no way he's back alive. uh which is like, it's like, okay, so what are y'all trying to do here? It's like y'all haven't established anything. Y'all are so quick to get to the kills that y'all forgot the story. And it's like I don't know. That's how I saw it, and it was just that's how I saw it. And then like obvious, and then okay, so like back to the story, he kills the group of kids and Justin Ankles and his character and his group of people. It's like the ones that survive, they come back. Justin Ankles, he comes back, and then that's when all these kills starts happening again, which spoiler warning, like I said, they didn't do a very good job of uh the story is that like you can automatically tell on like who's the killer no matter how much they try to bamboozle you. It's like, is it the original guy who comes back? It's like, no, he got shot at a bunch of fucking times. He's probably is like, even though they didn't show him dead, is like one would assume it's like he got shot at a bunch. He's ain't no way he's living. And but then like they try to do this whole flip. I was like, oh, it's like, is it just a Nichols character or is it this other character? Is it the sheriff of the town who was his best friend, the one that also survived? Is it him again? Is coming back? And it's like they try to, but like I said, they didn't do a very good job at it. Which I mean, they like us the movie like it had time. They had time to like drive in this whole narrative and everything. And funny enough too is that like I said, and going back to like them trying to rush to the kills and everything, like whoever came in new a new character, you're already like they're gonna die. I mean, it's like, I've seen enough movies to where like a character comes in and you're like, all right, you're dead, you're not surviving. There's this I was like, there's this one particular scene like it was a supermarket and a supermarket scene where like the woman who also survived the uh the original murders with Justin Nichols. Like she's in there with a friend, one of her employees, and then like they keep and but then like I said, you're already like she's gonna die. The friend's gonna die. Not the love interest that is flip flopping between the sheriff and Justin Nichols. She's not gonna die. The other girl's gonna die. And oh, it's like one on how they try to like trying to bamboozle us with the whole kills of the sheriff and everything. But the funny thing is that like if you're really paying attention, you're following along the movie. Like the sheriff was not there for most of the killings because they keep trying to go like, oh, the sheriff was not here at the time. It's like, but then it's like you look at Justin Nichols who was there. They keep, and that's another thing too. Is like they showed Justin Nichols there, then the kills happen. That's another reason that you can't suspect anybody else other than Justin Nichols. It was like oh, I was like just quit fucking try to do this whole thing. It's like I didn't establish it right. Yeah, I didn't do it right. You know uh, but there's and even then is like the whole big reveal is like, oh, Justin Echo's character, he was in a psych ward for like most of the time, like after the murders and everything. It's like, oh, Justin Echo at the end, it's like, oh, he was in a psych ward. Oh, but then like, oh, but then it still could be the sheriff. It's like, no, the fuck it ain't. The first killing that Justin Echoes was like when Justin Echoes goes to the hotel room and kills a bunch of people there, it's already Justin Echoes. It can't be anybody else. It's like you already blew. It's like you already blew your shot in the first fucking minute. You know. I mean, and it was like oh, the original killer, he might be back. It's like no, the fuck he ain't. He got a bunch of bullet holes on him, in him. It's like ain't no way he's surviving that. You know. And the throughout the whole movie is it's very like it was like any other slasher movie that you have ever seen. This is it. Just the piss poor decisions that everyone has make. If they made one decision, they probably would have survived. But what one in particular, like the girl, like the one I was talking about, the girl in the supermarket, she would have survived they just if they would have survived because they had an alarm in the fucking room, and then the woman The main character woman, the love interest, I can't remember her fucking name. I don't know any of these people. The only one I knew is Justin Nichols. But even then, like I don't know who his character is. I can't remember who the fucking character is, who his character is, because like I wasn't really interested in any of these fucking characters. Um, but yeah, it's like there was what this back to the supermarket scene is that like they could have survived because like there was a fucking button there to like an alarm button. She could have immediately pressed when they shut the door. She could have pressed. And like, she's a manager of the fucking store too. It's like she could have done that. That's one of the things. There's plenty of more, but like if y'all want to, there's plenty of more that I could bring on here, but I can only record her like for 15 fucking minutes for some reason. I don't know. I want to do longer. I want to do more longer videos, but YouTube won't allow me. It says 15 minutes or 15 minutes or less, like it's fucking dominoes. But yeah, it's like just throughout the whole movie, you can't help but to just put common sense into it, and then you're already mad. That's why it says like this movie, it's more of like you got to put it in the background, and or it's either that or like when you're drunk or high or like with friends. I want drunk or high with friends, and y'all could just shit on it throughout the whole movie. But I will say those like I will say those are like the kills and everything. The kills are the highlight. Like I did not expect them to do what they did with the kills. It was very practical. It's very practical as you when you're watching it. I do like the one where he like just golf swings a pickaxe on this very midget woman, uh dwarf woman or whatever. Very small woman, let me just say that, and like he just golf swings and he just straight up pins her to the ceiling, which I find that was very cool, you know. Um and I like I said, I didn't really expect them to go that hard in terms of the kills. Um, another one that I like is that like as Justin Eccles, he there's this old guy. I can't remember who it was. I don't know. Like I said, I did not care about his characters, but there was this one that's like Justin Eccles, like he swung his pickaxe down and it lands on the floor, and then he couldn't pick it, and then like it was very hard for him to pick it up, so he just grabs the old guy and just slams his head on the pickaxe. And I thought, I was like, I'm right there like, holy shit, I didn't expect him to do that. Oh, and another thing in the movie is that like guy's jaw got ripped out. Yeah, Justin Nichols, he puts one through a guy's under jaw and rips it out, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh, okay. It's like they thought a lot on these kills, but they didn't think a lot on the whole stories. Some of y'all probably gonna like, oh, some of y'all probably gonna hear it and think it's like a bunch of ramblings, but I mean that's just how it is. I mean, it's just the whole story and everything. Like they're so like I'm gonna keep saying it before. It's like they were so rushed to get to these kills, which is fantastic, by the way, that they just forgot the whole fucking story. Like it was just wasn't as cohesive as they thought it would, as they thought they were. Everything was just toned down till you get to the deaths. They thought about the deaths more than they thought about the story. But it is, despite me and my rant. I know it kind of sounds like that. I really hated this movie. I did not. It was fine. If you were to watch this movie, just shut off your brain. Don't think about it. Just watch it. Enjoy the kills and enjoy Justin Nichols because he was basically the highlight. But that's about it. That's all I can talk about. Any other movies I should watch while I'm in quarantine at the moment? Comment down below. Any other topics and just anything else, just comment down below. And if you have watched the movies, like which I think of it was the same thing as I was saying. Did you like it? Did you not? What's your ratings? Um, but that is it. I'll be back. I hope y'all have a good one. Later.